You know, sometimes all you gotta do to win a game of Magic the Gathering is hit all your land drops, drop a bunch of big old creatures, and usually it's good enough to win. Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. Happy birthday to me. Today is actually my birthday, and I'm happy to be spending it here with all of you. For those of you that are watching the channel and not subscribed yet, a perfect birthday present to me would be dropping a quick subscription here on the channel. Would mean a lot to me and would absolutely help the channel grow as much as it already has, and I'm really excited to grow the channel even farther than we are. And we've got a Dominaria United draft in store for you today with the Pack 1 Pick 1 of Timeless Lotus that I will not be choosing. You know, if this was Vintage Cube and there was a different Lotus in here, I'd probably be taking it, but it is not. So I'm probably looking at something like Tolarian Geyser. I've really liked blue tempo decks in this format. This has been pretty good. Sky Knight has underwhelmed. Negotiators is a fine card. I'd like to wheel this, to be honest. Phalanx seems okay. I have not really gotten into green-red yet. That's not to say green-red's bad, but I haven't really gotten into it. But when there's a card as strong as Geyser in a pack like this, I'm going to go ahead and start with that and see where we can find our way into from Geyser. And now there's a couple of interesting ones, for sure. We got past a Defiler of Instinct. 4 mana, 4/4 first strike. You can pay Phyrexian mana. And whenever you cast a red permanent, it deals 1 damage to any target. This is good, but I don't know how good. I think it's probably the pick here, but there's also Najal the Stormrunner and also Joint Exploration. We could do like a blue domain-based green blue dome thing. There's Extinguish the Light in a control deck. There's also Najal, which is very good in a blue-red spells deck. This is a really, really close one here. I'll take Defiler. I mean, I don't know exactly where to go in this direction here between these 4 cards. It's pretty close, but I think Defiler's gotta be good enough, right? I mean, unfortunately, we don't really have anything to follow it up. There's currently 0 red permanents in this pack, so we can't even take that. Night of Dusk's Shadow is a really great card, but it would put us into a 3rd color. There's also just Essence Scatter to go with like a Geyser type deck. There's Timely Interference if we wanted to go more of a blue-red thing and find some red spells to go with Defiler. And I think it's between these 3 cards here. I think I'm gonna land on Essence Scatter, but I'm not positive with that one. I guess Timely Interference, because if we're going Essence Scatter, we're kind of thinking blue-red with this start, and Timely Interference is a little bit better in a blue-red deck. So I'll take the Interference there, and ideally look to go into some sort of blue-red thing. We have Vohar, Vodalian Desecrator in blue-black. We've got Eerie Soul Tender in blue-black, Shivering Barricade. There's also Coalition Warbrute and Molten Monstrosity. Molten Monstrosity goes pretty well with the Defiler. That makes this a 4 mana 5/5 trample. If the Defiler is out, that also has an ETB of pinging something. I think I'll take the Monstrosity over like the Warbrute and the Soaring Drake here. I mean, there's definitely a world where we could have gotten into like a blue-black self-mill kind of Vohar deck here. But I'm going to take the Monstrosity. It goes really well with Defiler. And I think that's our best card, but that's not even necessarily true. Now we have Flowstone Kavu, which is just a red permanent for Defiler. There's a couple of lands here, but neither of them touch blue. And I think I'm just going to land on the Kavu here. Maybe we could find ourselves into like a green-red Stompy deck and just kind of ditch these 2 picks. I don't really like the Kavu, but honestly this pack is a bit underwhelming, and I'm not thrilled about either of these lands yet. If one of these was blue-red, I'd probably take it over this. But let's see if we can go ahead and take the Kavu here. And now there's 0 red cards, so that's a bit unfortunate. Effectively no blue cards, so we're kind of looking at red-white with a, you know, heroic, sorry about that, heroic charge. Maybe Elfheim Worm if we're going to go the whole green-red stompy thing. Makes Monstrosity better. We don't really have the low drops for heroic charge. I think I'm going to try to get into green-red stompy. I don't think this card is great, especially with our start. So let's take Elfheim Worm. And see 0 red cards yet again. There's a joint exploration, which could go well in like a... We are in the colors that's good with domain. So I guess joint exploration could be good. There's a couple of black cards here and a couple of really nothings. So I'll take the highest upside pick with joint exploration. Okay, now we have an interesting one. There's Viashino Branch Rider for green-red. There's Linebreaker Baloth, which could go well in green-red. And there's also just a blue-green land. And Espionage to a lesser extent here. The Branch Rider is good with Defiler. I think I'm going to land on the Baloth, though. This has been a decent problem in the format. And green-red... All right, well, Rada came back, so that's a good sign. Green-red domain, maybe we could find a way to splash some blue cards here, but Rada coming back is a really good sign for green-red. So I think this is the first real sign that we've found that could mean that this is open for us. Because now we have Branch Rider and Barkweave Crusher. I think I'm going to land on the Branch Rider here, the tiebreaker being the fact that we have Defiler. So it's a 4-mana 3/3 with the pump ability, haste, or a 1-mana 1/1 with the pump ability and haste. So I think I'm just going to take the Branch Rider. Now we see Bite Down, which is decent in a deck like this. So we're going to have big creatures. Bite Down's going to be better than normal. So let's go ahead and take that. Colossal Growth. That's pretty expensive. I think I'll take the War Brute again because the Defiler being the tiebreaker here. And probably looking to cut blue and go down green-red. I haven't really drafted green-red yet, so I'm excited to give it a try, see how it goes. And would love to find the green Defiler here in pack 2. There, no, well, the blue one, okay. Alright, so for us, there's Molten Monstrosity, which is good. There's Vine Shaper Prodigy, which is fine. There's also Defiler of Dreams. But we have 0 blue permanents right now, except for a Tidepool Turtle that I'm not playing. So I don't think this is really going to make the cut in this deck. I think the Monstrosity is going to be what we want here. Another Extinguish the Light. And Scout the Wilderness in the board. I mean, maybe we can find some lands to do a little bit more domain stuff. But the only domain payoff we have is Rada right now. And this is a very interesting pick between Mossbeard Ancient and Lightning Strike. I don't know what to choose here. The only ramp we have is currently nothing. We have no ramp to get to Mossbeard Ancient. We have Bite Down as removal. Sorry. Yeah, I obviously really want a Lightning Strike, and if this weren't here, I'd slam the Lightning Strike. But this deck is going to need some big stompy creatures, and we're going to have to find some ramp. So I'm going to take the Mossbeard Ancient here. It also makes both of our monstrosities much better. So I think that's worth it. Now we have 4 different colorless cards, all of which are not for our deck. There's Scout the Wilderness. I think I'm going to take the Sacred Peaks to help with domain in the event that we find any better domain payoffs and or want to splash a white kicker or something. Hammerhand is not... I mean, it's not bad with something like a 4-mana 5/5 trample that you can give haste to, but I don't think that's a card you really want to spend an entire card on. So I'm going to take the Sacred Peaks here. And then Herloon Battle Hymn. That's exactly why we wanted to take the Sacred Peaks. Another monstrosity. Wouldn't mind playing another one, honestly. Llanowar Stalker's not what we want, but we do want to take Herloon Battle Hymn here. 3 mana, deal 4. You can kick it to gain 4 life, which is great. Now there's another Bite Down. There's a Magnagoth Sentry and a Jaya's Fire NATO here. I think that's pretty much what it's between for us. We really have to lower this curve. Or pick some more removal. I'm going to take the Bite Down over the Sentry. I think we can get one of these if we want it, and we just need a little bit more removal right now. So let's take the Bite Down. Keldon Strike Team with the Sacred Peaks is okay. I mean, it's another red permanent for Defiler. It's a 3 mana 3/1 that can trade, which is not really how you want to be using it, but it is something. I'm not a huge fan of Gardener or Broken Wings necessarily, so I'll take the Strike Team, and then holy no cards for us. Guess we take Meteorite and hope not to play it. Yeah, we're not playing any of those cards there. Same here, pretty much. Okay, so why is red-green all of a sudden cut? I guess we can play a Thrill, but I'm not thrilled about it. Vine Shaper, maybe we find a way to splash this kicker cost. Scout the Wilderness. We already have one. I doubt I'm going to want to play 2. And Crystal Grotto, not really for us. I guess I'll take Vine Shaper Prodigy. Hammerhand, Gaia's Might. Gaia's Might could be decent. This is pretty late for this card. This is ramp, but it doesn't affect the board or really anything. So I'll take the Gaia's Might. Hammerhand came back. There's also just a 2 mana 1/3, and we currently have effectively 1 card down there. But that card is so bad. I'm not playing that card. Do we have to play a Llanowar Stalker? I really hope not. Wow, no one in red-white. And a Broken Wings. Okay. Okay, so here is Warbrute, Lightning Strike, Berserker, Might, Deathbloom Gardener. I think this is a pretty easy Lightning Strike for us. So we'll go ahead and take that here. This is kind of like a 2-drop because it can trade with their 2-drop. But we are definitely lacking in the low drop department here. Alright, so the person to our right took a green common out of this pack, which is not good news for us, having them passing to us here, because there's no green card in this entire pack, and there's always at least one of each color card. So they took a green common, which, I mean, what could it be? Bite Down, or Vine Shaper Prodigy, or I'm not even sure. But we'll go ahead and take Yavimaya Steel Crusher. It's a 2 mana 2/2. And it can destroy an artifact if you needed to. So I guess we're going to go ahead and play that. Okay, now we have Infusion versus Sentry here. Infusion, I think, is what we're going to need. Because again, this is a low drop that can trade with their 2-drop, so we don't get run over before we start dropping some big expensive things. So I'm going to take the Infusion and try to run that here. Maria's Outrider, Snare Spinner, Branch Rider, I think is what this is between here. Outrider is not great in this deck. We're really only ever going to have a maximum of 3. Unless we find some lands in this pack. I honestly would not mind playing a Snare Spinner in this deck. But I'm going to take the Branch Rider. It's cheap. It can trade. It's 4 mana if we want it to be. I'm going to take the Branch Rider here, and okay, now Najal is coming from this way. There's another 2-drop in Steel Crusher, Snare Spinner, and Sentry. I think this is where I'll take Sentry. I would like a copy of this for the deck, and maybe one of these 2 wheels. Well, only 1 card is... Well, 2 cards are going to wheel out of this pack, so probably a Sabotage and a Thrill, if I had to guess. Let's take the Sentry here. Okay, interesting. So now we have Hurler Cyclops and Yavimaya Steel Crusher. number 2. I think we can get away with taking the Cyclops. This is a good bit of reach we can use in the late game to try to finish out some games. Hopefully we can get another one of these this pack. Would be ideal. Wow, pick 7, Extinguish the Light. Fortunately not for us. Sojourner is not great in this deck. Gardener is a bit of ramp to get to some of these cards, and maybe that's worth running a Gardener here. I'm not a huge fan of this card. Also not a huge fan of Barkweave Crusher, so let's go ahead and take the Gardener. Goblin Picker, that's a really good 2-drop. We'll take that one for sure. Wouldn't mind running an off-color Geothermal Bog to help with Rada. And there was another domain payoff we had, I thought. Maybe not. But let's go ahead and take the Goblin Picker here. Good 2-drop for us. Gaia's Might number 2. Only thing we could really consider out of that pack. Thrill of Possibility. I doubt we're running 2 of those. And this does effectively nothing for us. Nothing's coming back here. There's a bit of a blue-black self-mill kind of thing that was going around this table that was also a bit open, but... yeah, is this deck good? Probably not. But it is red-green, and yeah, so the exact same 2 cards that I said would wheel out of that pack did wheel. And yeah, it's not a great deck, but I had yet to do red-green in this format, and I wanted to try something different for y'all to kind of get some extra content out here to make sure that you could see a bit of a variety of decks here on the channel. That's what I'm here to do for you. So I like our top end fine enough. This is a bit suspect, but it's a red permanent for Defiler. I don't think we're going to be able to play the Vine Shaper. I really don't like Stalker. I probably don't want 2 of these. Maybe 1 is fine. Everything else here looks okay. Currently have 17 creatures with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 other red permanents for Defiler. So that's not bad. Let's look at the kicker costs here. Is Heirloom Battle Hymn the only white we need access to? No, Keldon Strike Team. So these 2 as well. But I'm not a huge fan of the Strike Team in this deck. Thrill is another thing that kind of doesn't fit, but I don't mind having a copy of Thrill in decks like this just to make sure that we can not flood out. I think it's... well, the Strike Team is another trigger for this, but this trigger isn't like enormously great. So I'm going to get rid of the Strike Team here. And probably just run the mana base like this. And then maybe sometimes we'll be able to kick the Battle Hymn. Could potentially also do this and then add a Plains here. That way this is a little bit better, and I think that's our only domain payoff, right? Well, Gaia's Might as well. So right now this is +2/+2, sometimes +3/+3. That's really not great, to be honest. I'm not really feeling Gaia's Might in this deck. I honestly just rather have a Keldon Strike Team. And then we can run an extra Plains so we can kick that sometimes. And we can also kick this sometimes. So yeah, I think this is how the deck is going to get run. Definitely have to run 17 lands with all these expensive things to make sure we hit our land drops to get there. And we'll see how red-green does. Not sure this is a perfect version of the red-green deck, but it is a version of it that we're going to be running into the queue here. Okay, so we are on the play with a Branch Rider. And really need to find a green here. But I think I'll keep it. And really hate my life here in a moment if we don't find a green quickly. That is a good turn 1 play. So I'll let you read that if you haven't yet, but it's probably going to take over this game very quickly here. Because we have Bite Down, which is not great in this spot. We also have a copy of Lightning Strike, and that's what we're going to have to find, but we also need to find lands, so... Okay, that's fine, I think. We'll go ahead. We hit a land, so at least there's that. But needed to be green very badly. A nice combo here is that if we're ever able to enlist this and have it survive combat, the monstrosity will very likely become quite cheap to cast. Okay. There goes Sleeper. And then now it's a 3/3. And we need a land. Well, we can at least cast Defiler, so there's that. Let's see if it survives here. Doesn't look like it will be. Fortunately, it does not. So... And we'll just keep hitting mountains, because who needs forests, right? I mean, it was a bit of a sketchy keep, but... I don't know. Figured we'd find at least a forest by, like, turn 6 or whatever it is right now. We're just going to get beat down by a Talus Lookout here now, so... I'm going to hold this back to block, I guess. I think this game is quite a bit on the over side. Yep. So we could play a 5-mana 5/5 trample and then die in 2 turns. Oh, look what it is. Would you like another mountain for this deck? Okay. Can't attack, and then we'll die. So we're going to 2 here. So there's 2 lethal threats. So basically, no matter what we draw, we lose here. We draw Lightning Strike, we kill 1, the other one kills us. I can't think of a card in the deck that'll get us out of this here, so. More flyers. And a green card, so. That was fun, I guess. On to game number 2. Oh look, we have both colors of mana, but we don't have a play until turn 4. Look, mulliganing is so bad in Limited. I mean, I know last game didn't go well, obviously. And this game also might not go well. But mulliganing is just so bad. So. At least we have a way to kill their 2-drop as long as it's not a 2/3. And then... we will play a 3/4 and then a 5/4 and then kind of be off to the races there. Okay. Drawing double greens is not great. But they're not doing anything either, and we have likely bigger creatures than them, so at least there's that. Is it worth discarding this land? No, I just have to get Elfane Worm down, right? I mean, yeah. Vigilance Trample doesn't have haste, so we'll go ahead and attack. They are getting priority, which is weird. Don't know what that is. They just had it on full control or something? Because we played that and then it just went right to their turn, so I don't know what that was. Okay, so we have double greens here, so I don't think we can afford to play this land. I think we're going to go ahead and have to get rid of it. Okay, draw 2 more, but at least one's a green. Okay. Next turn we can just drop Mossbeard Ancient, gain 5 life, have a 7/7. And then every one of our creatures has trample. So. Defenders. Gonna go get the chaplain. There's the chaplain. Good thing. Okay, well now here are all the lands. Yeah, just gonna go ahead and do this here. And is there a reason to enlist that? No, they both have trample, right? Yeah, so let's go ahead and get in here. All right, big stompy wins. Sometimes that's all you need. All right, on the play again, we have 3-drop into 4-drop with a little bit of removal, so we'll keep this one here. Maybe we'll find a 2-drop on the road. On the road to casting these. And we do have our full domain for this deck. We have all 3 here. We can kick a Heirloom Battle Hymn if we find it. Alright, here come all the lands, which is okay for now. I would have rather have a 2-drop come in between there, but at least we had something to do next turn, even if we draw another land. They look to be full-on domain, and here's the extra land we talked about. Essence Scatter? Nope, nothing. Blue, black, red, blue, green. Okay, so they're just missing white as far as domain goes over there. Now they have it. Never punished on their mana base, huh? Okay, there's a Vine Shaper Prodigy. Don't care too much about that right now. Would very much like to draw at least a 3-drop here, so we can go 3-drop, hold up, bite down. Another land would not be fun. Well, that is a 4-drop, and it has haste. So, sure. Let's do it this way. Oops. We're going to do it like this. Cast with Kicker. Pump. We'll just attack and make them make their decision first. See if they're going to chump or not. Looks like they will. Alright, and what do they have now? Hopefully no Board Sweeper? They are full-on mess of a mana base over here, but I'm sure it's going to work out for them with all these cards in their hand. Okay. That's totally fine. Interesting. Do we have lethal? So we're going to have this one deal its damage to that one. Then 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, so we just have lethal here. So we do this once. We attack. We hit them down to 2. And then we lightning strike them in the face. Good old green-red Stompy. I mean, again, just like last game, sometimes it just works out. Feel very caveman with this deck. Hulk smash. Okay, we are on the play again, and we do have a turn 1 play, and then we have a 7-drop and an 8-drop. So, gonna have to draw something here, but we have many things that we can draw. Okay. No reason to not attack here. If they call the bluff, they call the bluff. Probably should have held full control to make me bluff that I had in Flowstone Infusion or something there. But, oh, yeah. Okay. We can attack and threaten to trade with the Brawler here. But if they call that bluff, we're not progressing our board. And I'd very much prefer to progress my board. So I'm not really going to even attack. Hopefully they don't have another domain. There it is. Am I fine trading off Kavu for Brawler? I think the answer to that is yes. Let's see if they have the removal spell. Artillery Blast. Okay. Well, we have nothing else to do here. Well, let's see. Can we get this to cost 3 mana? So if we pump this, this would cost 5. So no, we can't. So they take 6, and we don't progress our board, unfortunately. Okay, there's a Phalanx, and there's another domain for the Brawler. So if we pump this, this will come down to cost, so it originally cost 8, it can now cost 6. Pump this down to 5, pump it down to 4, but it's never enough to be able to cast this, unfortunately. So I think we just have to Sentry here. And pass. And hope that our creatures just outclass their creatures. And that they don't have too good of domain payoffs at their deck. A 2-mana 4/3 trample is already a pretty good one. Yeah, double 4/4 vigilance. Okay. Go ahead and drop this here. And I can have this trade off with Brawler. Could also attack with this one. Start clearing out this board because we have a 5/5 and a 7/7 coming up. So yeah, let's keep the pressure on, make them trade here. Okay. Okay, they go to 9. Would not be good if they're able to kill our monstrosity. But let's see what they have here. Just pass, huh? Alright, well I'm just going to drop Mossbeard Ancient. So I'm going to attack with Monstrosity. I'm not going to, with all this open mana on this side, I'm not going to attack and try to pump these things and then waste my turn. Oh, they're just going to tap Monstrosity. Okay, I see, I see. Resolves. Still not worth wasting my turn here. So I'm just going to play this. Now we have now we have a 1 mana 5/5 trample. These cost reduction cards are quite good in this format. Now they have a 5/6 flyer though, so that's a problem. And here come the lands. So I'm gonna play this first. I can make this up to a 5/1. But I think we're going to attack with this. This forces a trade with Drawbridge, but like I don't want to trade this for Drawbridge. So we're basically going to trade this for an Acolyte here. Or a Phalanx, I guess that would do it too. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Would have much preferred to trade it for an Acolyte. I don't know why I chose to attack as I did there, because that's not particularly great, trading a 7/7 for a 4/4. So, gotta find a way to deal with that Acolyte. And I'm trying to think through our deck. The only thing I could think of is Bite Down, and we just got rid of our only target that will actually kill it. So that was a huge punt on my part. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get through that Acolyte for the rest of this game. Here come more creatures. Okay. And that is a clock of sorts. Okay, that's not bad. I mean, it has trample, and it'll force a trade with something here. But I still think I punted with that stupid Ancient. Yeah, that'll probably do it. I think that'll kill us here. Now they have their own 1 mana 4/4 Vigilance. So just a old kind of a green-white. Okay, there comes Acolyte. Can't really do anything about it. It says first strike, right? Of course it does. So we can't attack with War Brute. We could attack with Monstrosities, but they're just going to trade. Okay. Now these are both going to have, one of these is going to have 1 damage left on it, and I can trade this for it after using Hurler Cyclops to kill it. So there's a possibility to do that. But do I want to do that? Probably so. I'm just trading a Branch Rider for a Blight Pile, and this can eventually drain us out. They can deal 2 to us this turn, each turn now, so I think I'm going to have to try to have that happen here. Alright, so I'll target the Blight Pile, sacrificing this thing. And end the turn. Still not liking our spot. They have a 4/4 Vigilance, first strike, lifelink. So I'm not sure how we're getting through that. take 11? Or take 9, I mean? I mean, they have open mana here, and I don't like that, but... I think there's a way we don't get blown out here, because if they go for removal on one of these, we can sacrifice that one to deal 1 damage to it, and then pump this. So I think this block is fine. Hopefully. Okay, pass to damage. Okay, make 2 1/1 flyers. And then I'm sure lands... Yep, there's the bite down, and unfortunately... I mean, we can kill the Danitha, but like... We're dead in 3 turns here, 2 turns-ish, kind of. Let's hope this works. I'm doing it now so they don't have the opportunity to draw an extra card. They're going to tap down Cyclops here. Which makes sense. So we're going to have to attack with Kavu. Okay, that doesn't really accomplish anything. In the turn. They just double chumped, I guess. Now they can do it again. Notable that they can't... This doesn't have trample, which sucks. But they can't activate this. Well, now they can, so... Oh, man. Do we have to kill this drawbridge with this? Can't kick it, so that sucks. So we're still dead in 2 turns here. So if we do this, they're going to go ahead and activate the drawbridge, which they're going to do anyway. Is that the only way we're winning this game, really? Oh, they're doing the Kavu, I see. That makes sense because this can just chump for 2 turns here. Okay, well, I kind of have to try to get in. They're just going to chump with the 1/1. Chump with Chaplain. Okay. So our clock doesn't change by these 2 things hitting us. So, alright, so they're keeping it back. The only thing I can think to get us out of this is a second bite down off the top or a lightning strike, and then we 2-for-1 ourselves on that. So I can't use this on drawbridge. So we just have to try to find something off the top, and unfortunately did not. Sacrifice another creature, so we deal 4, and then we deal an extra 1, so. And that'll do it. My biggest punt there was attacking with the Ancient. Never should have done that, so I don't know exactly why I did. I think that might have cost us that game, for sure. So don't do that. Alright, so we're on the play here. We have Lightning Strike to deal with the 2-drop. We have Thrill to kind of get rid of something to find more lands to cast these things. So I'll keep it, he says hesitantly. Okay. Probably gonna have to cast Thrill here if there's not an absolute must-kill 2-drop from their side. That is a must-kill 2-drop, unfortunately. So we're just gonna get rid of that, and hopefully we draw land. Not exactly what I meant, but we'll take it, I guess. Yeah, we're just gonna have to find these lands here because looks like we're trying to get beat down. Okay, Bite Down with Deathbloom Gardener is good, but this has to survive. And if it doesn't, we're in a world of hurt here. And there's Flowstone Infusion and Lightning Strike from their deck, probably, so cross our fingers. Okay, okay. Well, this is a bit of a stonewall for them. So we'll just go ahead and drop that here. Probably have to kill the flyer. Yeah, okay. Can play our 7-drop here. But there's a chance we die soon. We could just get rid of this protector now, but we're not casting this. So I'm just gonna play this. Gain 5. We go to 17. A 1-mana 4/4 Vigilance. See, these cards are good in this format. Take another 5. That has reach, so that's quite good. So now that we have a reach creature, I still think we have to kill this though, but this could end up being a problem too. I think I'm gonna kill this one because if they play 2 creatures, this gets out of range. So I'm gonna kill the flyer now. They could have removal for Sentry. Destroy target artifact. It's a weird card to be in this set. Missionary is good. They are going wide. Yeah, we'll tap like this. We'll discard the planes, see what we can find. Okay. Never lucky. When you need land, or when you need cards, you find lands. This Vanguard is going to end up being a problem here. Because we're not going wide enough. Probably looking at attacking all right now. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so this activation, we have to keep that in mind. So we can do that, we can do that, we can do... this and this. Then we're taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But that's the least we can take right now. Yeah, they get +1/+1. Yeah, that's the least we're going to be able to get away with taking, so we have to do this. Oh, well, or we'll just die, so. GG's, I guess. Okay, well, a sad 2 and 3. Hate to see it. Deck wasn't, like, particularly great, but, I mean, I don't know. I feel like on this channel lately, I've just... Am I going crazy, or have the draws just been, like, so bad? The draws, I mean, we draw a land, we discard it, we thrill a possibility, we draw 2 more lands, and then we die to a heroic charge from the other side. Like, I don't know, man. Well, wasn't the happiest of birthdays for me, but a subscription would go a long way in helping make it better. Thanks so much for sticking around to the end of this video, and I will see you for your daily draft on the next one.